everybody, welcome back to Scents of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance video today. Today we're going to be taking a look at 10 masculine fragrances that you can wear this winter. These are some fragrances that I always like to include in my rotation during the really cold months, and now that it's December, I figured I'd share them with you guys. So I do want to thank one person before we get started in this video. I want to thank Dustin. He is a subscriber to the channel and also follows the Instagram page, and he was kind enough to hook me up with his bottle of Czar. He knows I love the fragrance, and he reached out to me and he had mentioned that he really wasn't a big fan of it. Something about it just didn't work with him, and he knew I liked it, so he sent it to me. And again, I just want to thank you. That was extremely generous. This is hard to find and expensive, and for you to give a virtually full bottle to me was beyond generous. So thank you so much. Again, I have a fragrance care package as a thank you coming your way. I will reach out to you on Instagram and get your contact info and make sure I send that out ASAP. And also, of course, before we jump into this list, if you are a fan of my channel and you like fragrance content and you like what you see here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to support the channel. And of course, check out the Scents of South Jersey Instagram page for news and updates on the channel, such as giveaways and of course, photos of fragrances from my collection. So let's jump into this list, guys. All right, so the first fragrance on this list is from 1987 from the house of Bijan. It is Bijan Pour Homme. So a really interesting bottle. It's almost like a donut here. I think the cap is very interesting. It sort of reminds me of like a Sultan Grand Vizier, something like out of an ancient Turkish army. But it is an Oriental Fougere, like I mentioned. It's very spicy, very warm, and very long lasting. It's something that it's perfect for the cold weather. It really cuts through the cold. The initial scent of this one has got like a musky, spicy, almost a little bit barbershop. Obviously, it is an Oriental Fougere, so it's in that wheelhouse. You get some amber, cinnamon notes in there as well, and it's a really nice fragrance, and it's not expensive whatsoever, and it does last a long time. And I wore this several times in the cold weather, and it really just kind of cuts through the cold, and it will stick to your clothes, your skin, and it's very masculine and very 80s, very, very classic. So if you like spicy, musky fragrances, you're gonna love this scent. All right, so the second fragrance on this list is probably one of the strongest fragrances that I own. It's perfect for the cold weather. It's from the house of Paul Sebastian. Again, that is PS Fine Cologne. So Paul Sebastian, again, the two creators of that, I believe those are their middle names. Both guys from New Jersey, coincidentally, and they created this scent. It's from 1979. It's an aromatic fragrance for men, but I think it's like a very high-end barbershop scent. So if you like dark floral, you like musk, you like amber, nutmeg, that combination, this is perfect for the cold weather, cuts through the cold, it lasts so long, and one of the best parts about it is dirt cheap. So I got this in a gift set, of course. I think I got it from a Burlington, and it came with not only the 100 ml bottle. Actually, I think this is a 4 ounce, I believe. Yeah, it's 120 ml, excuse me. And the aftershave as well, too. I was able to track down a body wash. I'm going to put some pictures up of it on my Instagram for you guys to check out. But it's very, very long lasting. It's got this high-end barbershop, that kind of musk scent comes in. Got a little bit of florals in there, but the amber, the sweet vanilla almost, fragrance in it really, really cuts through the cold weather. It's perfect for the cold. You could wear it daytime, you could wear it nighttime, you can dress it up. It's very masculine. It's definitely of that like 70s, very early 80s era, and I really like it. And again, it's extremely inexpensive. So very spicy, very, amber, vanilla. It's got the sweetness, but it's not overly sweet to where it's cloying. But you don't even have to spray heavy with this one. This one will last easily 10 hours, at least on my skin, especially on clothing. So PS Fine Cologne is fragrance number 2. All right, fragrance number 3, we're gonna jump back to 1987 from the house of Ted Lapidus. It is none other than a Lapidus Pour Homme. So what can I say about this fragrance? It is a very masculine, very strong, very fresh, dirty, clean, all at the same time type of fragrance. It really reminds me of a really nice deodorant spray. It's got that locker room fresh vibe to it, but it's kind of dirty and musky at the same time. It's definitely from the 80s. It's absolutely a powerhouse. So like if you're a fan of lighter, fresher fragrances, aquatics, this may not be for you, but if you love masculine men's powerhouses, like ones that are featured on this channel a lot, you'd love this one if you don't have it already. It can be had for under 20 bucks. It's still in production today. The current formulation is amazing. You don't worry about having to get the vintage. It's got scent like notes of honey and amber in there, but it's got this, that's the sweetness, but it also has a very fresh, clean feeling as well too. It's that mix of dirty and clean all at the same time. It's not as rugged animalic as Kouros. but it's up there. And if I had to pick of a fragrance that I would wear specifically in the wintertime, I would pick Lapidus over Kouros. Kouros, I think, is a better fragrance. There's no question about that. But Kouros can be worn all year round, in my opinion, where this, I think, really shines in the cold weather. And, it's because it's just got this scent that sticks with you in the cold, and it'll radiate off your skin. It'll really stick to clothing. That deodorant locker room fresh, that's probably the best description of this fragrance. Again, with some of the animalic honey, kind of deeper, richer notes to it. But it's really nice, lasts really long, really inexpensive, still being made. This is, again, current formulation. You don't have to worry about the vintage. Current formulation is awesome. So definitely get your hands on this one if you don't have it already. All right, the fourth fragrance on this list is from the House of Cartier. It is Santos de Cartier. This is just an amazing fragrance. It's dark, spicy, warm. I get this hint of tobacco with this scent, but it's not a listed note for whatever reason. But it's just very, very dark. You get some like florals. There's a little bit of citrus in there, but it's perfect for the colder weather. Now, this one I would probably save for like evening wear in the cool weather, date night, maybe a formal setting. It's extremely masculine. It's got sandalwood, amber in there. It's a very mature scent. So this is one that is a little bit more expensive. I actually have the original and then the concentrate version. There's not that much difference, but if some people say the concentrate version is a little bit stronger, but I think the original is just as good too. If you can find the one with the built-in sprayer, I haven't been able to do that. Don't even know if that one's being even really circulated anymore, aside from having to pay for it on eBay. But this is a very old school scent. It's sweet, but dark and masculine too. Again, not overly sweet. To the point where it's going to be bubblegum at all. It just has some notes in there that carry a sweetness, but that tobacco, dark spiciness in this is awesome, and it will destroy cold weather. It'll last on you for a very long time. Pretty much all the scents on this list so far that I've listed have extremely good performance because you want that in the cold weather, and this one does not disappoint, especially if you're in a formal setting too. So, you're dressed up, you're going out at nighttime, dinner date, formal setting, some sort of party, even, smaller gathering, and you want to wear something mature and something masculine, something that's going to stand out. Santos de Cartier is perfect scent for that. All right, fragrance number 5 on this list is actually relatively new for my collection. And you know what? I heard about it from a reviewer on YouTube. His channel name is Fat Cat Collections. Really cool channel, big channel, like over 15,000 subscribers. And he reviews like wristwatches. He reviews, any type of product, but he actually started to do some fragrance reviews. And I found this one. This is an old review of his on a fragrance. It's from the House of Remy Latour from 1996. It is called Cigar. So a subscriber had told me about this fragrance a while back, and honestly, I think I blew by it on, FragranceNet or whatever, assuming it was a Cuba fragrance because of the look. And then I saw his review, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool, and he had nothing but good things to say about it. So it's really cheap, and I was able to find it in a gift set, of course, as always, and I purchased that. Here's the bottle along with the deodorant spray. So the deodorant spray is slightly different, a little bit more powdery as such deodorant can be, and then the fragrance too, and it has a built-in sprayer, and apparently the newer bottles have the built-in sprayer, whereas the old ones do not. They have a cap. So, this is a very, very cool fragrance, perfect for the colder weather. When it starts out a little bit fruity, one of the opening notes I read is plum, and then it dries down to like a dark, boozy tobacco, and I really like it. With a hint of florals in there. It actually is very long lasting on my skin. I'm getting 9+ hours, and this was $17 for the gift set. It's very inexpensive. I really, really am digging it, and I think it's a perfect scent for the cold weather. Perfect for daytime, perfect for nighttime. You can pull it off. It's masculine. It's kind of got that old school vibe to it, which I really like, and it's got a slight hint of that animal Xeno DNA, but not to the point where I don't like it. I actually really like this because I think it changes because it's got the florals and the fruit in there. That plum note is really cool, and I've been enjoying that as well. And then the tobacco comes through, and it doesn't smell like Xeno because Xeno sucks. So Cigar by Remy Latour, a really good buy, cheap and easily available. A gift set, they go from $20 to, I got mine on eBay for $17. So check this one out. It's perfect for the winter. If you like tobacco, fruity tobacco, essentially that's what it is, but it's not fruity bubblegum. It's a masculine, and it's in that classic wheelhouse realm that I really enjoy. So I'm actually really excited about this as a new new fragrance to my collection. All right, we are now on the second half of this list. So fragrance number 6 is the oldest fragrance on this list. It's from 1966 from the House of Aramis. It is original Aramis. This fragrance is sharp, it's spicy, it's woody, it's leathery. This is a man scent. This stuff exudes masculinity. This is probably, to me, one of the most recognizable classic men's fragrances ever. This, my dad had a bottle of this, and this is probably one that stuck with me for years and years and years. When I smell fragrances that even come close to this, I'm like, Aramis, reminds me of Aramis. I think it spawned so many other fragrances like Coram and Bogart Signature. When I first got both of them, I'm like, at first I was almost disappointed, as much as I love, especially Bogart Signature. Coram is okay, but Bogart Signature is great. But when I smelled both of them, I'm like, wow, these are like just like Aramis, but Aramis is stronger than those. You know, this is perfect for the cold weather. If you want something that's going to make a statement, you want something mature, masculine, Aramis is one of the best fragrances for the cold. It's not my favorite fragrance in the world, but I always make sure that I put it in my rotation, especially in December when it gets really cold here in the Northeast and New Jersey especially. This scent is... it's that opening. That opening is so distinct. It's the sharp spiciness. It's got that leather dry down. You know, and again, it's not my favorite, like I mentioned, but it definitely deserves respect, and it definitely wanted to be mentioned. There's been a lot of people asking me to do a review on it, and I plan to do an individual review on this one, but I wanted to include it because it is an excellent cold weather fragrance. If you like classic masculine men's scents and you like that old school vibe, Aramis will do the trick, and it is easy to get it. It's not expensive anymore. And again, there's a lot of flankers, but I think this is still the most powerful one out of all the Aramis line for sure. Okay, fragrance number 7 from 2006 from the house of Lalique. It is Ancre Noir. So this scent is awesome, man. This stuff is really good. It's simple, it's masculine, it's earthy, it's just aromatic, but it's also, you know, musky as well too. Again, the note breakdown, it's not a lot of notes at all, and I think that, you know, really plays to its favor because, again, you have cypress, vetiver, cashmere woods, and then musk. This stuff smells like you are in a forest right after it rained, and you get that wet, earthy smell that just comes up from the ground, but it's really fresh and clean. I bought this over the summer, and the first time I sprayed it, I was like, wow, like this stuff is good, but I'm definitely not wearing it in the heat. This is for sure a perfect winter scent. It gets you compliments. You know, at first, if it may be too wet, earthy for you, let it dry down, because I think that's when it really comes into its own. It's absolutely beautiful fragrance. It's strong. If you like vetiver, you're gonna love this scent. And you know what? I actually this is the second fragrance from Lalique I have. I have Lalique Pour Homme, you know, with the lion's head. I actually gave that away. I really wasn't a fan of that. I didn't think it smelled like Bois de Portugal. I thought it was just so-so. It was a little sweet for me, cloying. But this stuff is awesome, and you know, the quality for this for $25 is amazing. This is well worth it. You could put this in a higher end bottle and charge way more for it. This stuff is awesome. It's a cool bottle. Ancre Noir, dark ink, I believe is what that means, but this stuff is just a great smell. It was my scent of the day today, actually. You know, it's just really woodsy, earthy, natural smelling. I really enjoy it, and it's perfect for cold weather. Very masculine. You know, I would say you can wear it pretty much any time, but it's the winter time, any time of day, excuse me, but winter time is the best season to wear this. This is a great cold weather fragrance. All right, fragrance number 8. You can't have a list on Scents of South Jersey without mentioning a scent from Jacques Bogart. It is Arabian Nights. So this scent came out in 2010. It's classified as an Oriental Fougere. It's a spicy blend of notes. You got an opening. It's got like cardamom, cumin, and then it's got you know, woody heart, musky dry down. This stuff is not for everybody, but it is distinct, and it will get you noticed for sure. It's so strong. It fills a room. It lasts for hours. You know, again, it gets a lot of hate on the internet, but it's loud, it's in your face, it's masculine, it's powerful, and everyone around you is going to get acquainted with it whether they like it or not. Arabian Nights is one of those scents that, you know, when I heard about it, I had to have it because I wanted to find out, you know, is it for real? Is it that bad or is it that good? You know, a lot of people say it just smells awful, it's putrid, but to me, it's actually very nice. It's clean, fresh, dried fruits, but then it's also really dark and musky in the dry down. And it reminds me of like a bodega store a little bit like that. I don't know why, but that's the first thing that came to my mind when I smelled it. It's got, again, slight dried fruit, but it's a really strong scent, very masculine, and it's very musky too. So if you like that type of thing in a fragrance, you're gonna like it. The bottle itself is cool, big gold built-in sprayer. Jacques Bogart has really cool presentations on most of their fragrances. So this is really cheap. You can get it, I think, for maybe 15 or 20 bucks. It's not a lot of money at all, but it's worth it because it lasts really, really long, and it's very masculine. A perfect heavy scent for the cold weather. You don't need to spray a lot, maybe 1-2 sprays, and then you go about your day, and it'll last you all day. It's an awesome scent, Arabian Nights by Jacques Bogart. All right, fragrance number 9 is a scent from the house of Milton Lloyd. It's Mojo. This is the Tom Ford Oud Wood cologne. This is a simple fragrance. It's got a few notes: rosewood, spice, amber, sandalwood, vanilla, and oud. This stuff is insane. $15, you get an amazing smell. You don't need a lot of it. It's got a cool sprayer. It's almost like an aerosol bottle. Spray some here so you guys can see. The scent is just extremely powerful, low price, high quality, lasts all day, perfect for the cold weather. I did a full review on this one, so I don't want to go too much in detail, but it's awesome, can be had for $15. If you like Tom Ford's Oud Wood, but you don't want to spend that $150 for the 50 ml, go buy this for 15 bucks. It lasts all day. And the quality, it's dead on almost to the Tom Ford Oud Wood. I had a sample of it. I smelled it. I never bought a bottle because, again, oud's not my favorite note in the world. It's masculine for sure, but when I found this, it was clean, it was airy. You smell it in the air, you let it come to you. It smells amazing. And again, it's so cheap. Milton Lloyd is just, again and again and again, they come up big on every one of the scents that I've gotten from them. So this one is the Perfumer's Choice Mojo. You can check that out from Milton Lloyd. Perfect for the cold weather. All right, the last fragrance on this list is from 1981 from the house of Chanel. It is Antaeus. So, this is a timeless, classic, masculine, just really gentleman fragrance. It is, masculine, and it's got some animalic in there, but I think this is like a classy, maybe not old gentleman, but it's definitely like, you want to be taken seriously too. So again, it's dark, it's masculine, but it also has a little bit of sweetness, some floral, some soapiness in there. It's not as rugged as Kouros is. It's like Kouros grew up a little bit and stopped going clubbing and has to go to, a formal event. That's how I feel about this one. There's some rose in it, I believe. This scent, again, it took me a little bit to warm up to it because when I got it, I was on the hype that it was like Chanel's version of Kouros. It was going to be super masculine. And there is some castoreum in there, but it's a little bit toned down and a little bit more refined. I think I would, you'd rather use this in a formal setting at nighttime, or if I had to go to like a, business meeting or something of the sort, something where I didn't want it to be over the top loud, but I still wanted it to be masculine. I still wanted it to be, dark and, have a little bit of animalic, but not to the point where it's like Kouros. Do I like this better than Kouros? Of course not. But Antaeus by Chanel is just a perfect scent for the cold weather. It is really, really nice. I got the aftershave, the deodorant spray, and I've really, really grown to really enjoy this one. The bottle itself is beautiful. Take a look at that, just so sleek. It comes off here. I could smell this one all day, and it lasts a long time. And again, it's perfect for the cold weather. So this is definitely something you could wear around the holidays. If you're going out, this is something that'll, people like it. It's going to get you compliments. My girlfriend loves this fragrance. So this is definitely one of the nicest fragrances Chanel has ever made. I really hope they never discontinue it. This one, along with the original Ego Est, I love that scent. But this one is definitely like their most masculine, badass scent, but it's not to the point where it's super loud. You know what I mean? It has enough to refine it to where you can be a little bit more toned down, a little bit more formal with this fragrance. Perfect for the cold weather, though. I really love this one. If you don't have it, make sure you get it. I think it's available online only. I have never seen it in a store personally. So that's Antaeus by Chanel. All right, guys, that was my list. Those are my 10 fragrances that are masculine and perfect for the cold weather. I want to hear from you guys. Do you have any of these fragrances? Do you like any of them? Do you dislike any of them? Which ones would you have picked? Please let me know in the comment section. I always appreciate all of the interaction. I wanted to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me and watching this video. And again, please, I would love to hear from you. What are your fragrances that you like to wear in the cold? Also, check out the Instagram page of Capitan Insano Sculpts. That's, again, Dustin. I wanted to thank him for that Czar bottle. And, of course, check out the page Fat Cat Collections. It's got some really cool videos up there. And again, thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.